Hello, my little honey buns. How have you been? It's Noni. I'm back. I went on a little trip to visit my mom. Yes, I did. I went away to visit my mom and I stayed for a couple weeks. And it was so nice to see her. I missed her very much. And I was glad. But I didn't bring my computer to read you stories. I didn't think about that. But I had a great time visiting my mom, and now I'm back home. So I missed you so much. How's everybody been? Good? Good. I'm so glad. So is Mr. Adorable. He's always happy to see you too. Right, Mr. Adorable? Yeah? Yeah. Okay. He wants to hear a story because it's been a long time, like almost 2 weeks. And over there with that kitten, what's that called? Oh, Hello Kitty, that cat's called, I heard. So, anyway, I have a great story for today. I have so many stories I want to read to you. I have many, many, many stories. It's getting to almost be springtime, but I still have one snowy story to read to you, so I'll read that today. And then I'll come back. Maybe I'll be back right away tomorrow because we have a lot of catching up to do. I know. Because when you want to hear a story, you come see me because that's what I do. I read to you. Right? Right. Okay. Real quick, I'm going to say hi to everybody because it's been a while since I said hi. And since my list is getting so long, maybe from now on I'll just read the new people. And then once in a while, I'll go down a whole list. And I'm going to do that today real quick, okay? I have to write the names down because there's so many. But I'm saying hi today to Lainey and Nicole, Addison and Chloe and Izzy and Abby and Katana and Ari and Anthony, Justin and Bella and Skylar, and Lukey and Sophia, Gemma and Sammy and Reese, Gigi and Jordan, Max, Brianna, Giada, Jackson, Xavier, Grayson, and Paisley, and Joey and Odessa, and Johnny and Marley and Charlotte and Landon, and Annie and Kimber, and Jacob and Peter, Timmy and Lily and Otto and Livy, and Emmy. Hi, Emmy. And some new people. Mikey and Susan, Sarah and Andrew, Dylan, Dakota, and Amanda, and Spencer, and Lincoln. Hi, everybody. I'm glad to see you again. So, what are we reading today? Oh, here it is. The Mitten by Jan Brett. This story is so good. You're going to love it. It's a very nice story. The Mitten. The Mitten. Say, that's still another kind of wintertime story. But it's the story of a mitten. Okay, here we go by Jan Brett. And what else here? Let's see. Okay, all that business. Okay, here we go, everybody. Y'all ready? Got your milks and you're snug under your blankets? Good? Yeah, that's what I want. Get all snuggled, because here we go. Okay, once there was a boy named Nicky who wanted his new mittens made from wool as white as snow. There he is. And there's Nicky. And there's his grandma. She's going to knit some mittens for him to wear out in the snow. Keep his little fingers warm. A nice grandma. At first, his grandmother, Bubba, that must be what he calls his grandma, Bubba. So that's a nice name. Did not want to knit a white mitten. If you drop this mitten in the snow, she said, you'll never be able to find it because it will match the snow. But Nicky wanted snow white mittens, so Bubba made them for him. There they are talking about those mittens, dropping them in the snow. He said, I don't care. I want them mittens anyhow, Bubba. Make them for me. So she did. What a nice granny, huh? After she finished, she said, when you come home, first I will look to see if you are safe and sound. Then I will look to see if you still have your snow white mittens. Both of them. So off Nicky went. And it wasn't long until one of his new mittens dropped in the snow and was left behind. He's off playing. He's climbing up in this tree here. There it is. He dropped one of those mittens in the snow. So he's not really noticing it because it matches the snow. That's just what Bubba said. A mole, which is like a little mouse, tired from tunneling in the dirt, discovered the mitten and burrowed inside. It was cozy and warm and just the right size. So he decided to stay. There he is. There, way over there is a little mouse. Little mole. He's going to go lay inside that warm mitten and stay nice and toasty. Good for him. Oh, a snowshoe rabbit came hopping by, and he stopped for a moment to admire his winter coat. It was then that he saw the white mitten, and he wiggled in. Feet first. The mole didn't think there was room for both of them, but when he saw those big rabbit feet, he moved over. Oh, look how cute. There's the little mole, and there's the bunny rabbit. They squeezed inside that mitten. Now they're both nice and warm. That's adorable. I love them too. They're cute. Oh, hey, next a hedgehog came sniffing along. Having spent the day looking under wet leaves for things to eat, he decided to move into the mitten and get warm too. The mole and the rabbit were bumped and jostled, but not being ones to argue with someone with pricklies, they made room for him. Yes, they did make room for that hedgehog. Look at them now. And then the mouse, there's the little mouse, there's hedgehog, there's the bunny rabbit. They're all inside that mitten, keeping themselves nice and warm in the wintertime. Oh, as soon as the hedgehog disappeared into the mitten, a big owl, attracted by the commotion, swooped down. When he decided to move in also, the mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehog grumbled. But when they saw his big glinty talons, they let him in. They saw his big talons. So they let him get in that. Look how big that mitten's getting. It's a good thing Bubba made it nice and stretchy. Yeah. That's a lot of animals getting in there. Up through the snow appeared a badger. He eyed the mitten and began to climb in. The mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, and the owl were not pleased. There was no room left, but when they saw his big diggers, they made room. So what is he now? What, he got a badger? And there's the owl, the hedgehog, and the rabbit, and the mole. They're all in there. Getting inside that. Look how big that mitten's getting. It's getting filled. Oh boy, you won't believe this. It started snowing, but the animals were snug inside that mitten. A waft of warm steam rose up in the air, and a fox trotting by stopped to investigate. A fox! Just the sight of the cozy mitten made him feel drowsy. The fox poked his muzzle in, and when the mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, the owl, and the badger saw his shiny teeth, they made room for that fox. Look at that big fox. That fox has his big head in there. They're all inside this mitten. There's the owl peeking out, and that fox is sticking his big head in there. Look what's coming down the pike here. Look what's coming down the way. Uh-oh. I can't even believe this. A great big bear lumbered by. He spied that mitten all plumped up. Not being one to be left out in the cold, he began to nose his way in. The animals were packed in as tightly as could be. But what animal would argue with a bear? The mitten swelled and stretched. It was pulled and bulged to many times its size. But Bubba's good knitting held fast. Look at this. Look at this bear. Look how big that mitten is now, with all those animals inside. Oh my goodness. Along came a little meadow mouse, no bigger than an acorn. That's tiny. She wiggled into the one space that was left and made herself comfortable on top of the great big bear's nose. So there, a mouse She's stuck her. She got in there too. She's in there on top of the bear's nose. Isn't that cute? The bear, tickled by the mouse's whiskers, gave an enormous achoo. And the force of the sneeze shot the mitten up into the sky, and all of the animals scattered in all directions. Look at this picture. So funny. The bear sneezes. There's the owl, the fox, the mole. Well, there's the mole. That's the mouse, the mole, the badger, the hedgehog, and the bunny rabbit. They all flew out of that mitten, and the mitten flew up in the sky. Oh, boy. On his way home, Nicky saw a white shape in the distance. So he sees this in the sky. You see that picture? See what that is? That's his mitten up there in the sky. He saw a white shape up in the sky, and it was his lost mitten in the blue sky. As he ran to catch his snow white mitten, he saw Bubba's face in the window. First, she looked to see if he was safe and sound, and then she saw that he still had his new white mittens. And there it is. He's got one in his hand, and there's that other one that was filled with all the animals. And I think that's it. That is it. And there's Bubba. Look at this. He brought the mittens in. She's going to put them to warm up by the fire. Here's one mitten. Look how big the other one is. It got all stretched out from all those animals going inside of it. Isn't that funny? Look how big that mitten is. Because it was stretched out. Well, Grandma, that was nice of you to make Nicky those mittens. Who loves this story by Jan Brett? The Mitten. I did. I thought it was a great story. So that should be a fun story for you to think about when you're going to sleep tonight. Think about all those animals that got all cuddled up inside that mitten. They were all staying warm out in the snow. Then that big bear sneezed and, they all flew out. But they had such a good time together. And I thought this was a great story. It made me think about how those animals shared that mitten. They all stayed nice and warm. And they had a good time doing it too. Yeah. So, well, that's it for my story for tonight. I will see you guys very, very soon. I'm not going on any more trips, so I'll be home for a long time, and I will be here to read to you, because when you want to hear a story, you come see me. And that's what I do. I read to you. That's right. Nani reads to you anytime you want. Ask your moms to like and subscribe to my channel, so this it helps my channel out a lot, and I really would appreciate it. And if you share it to your friends on your Facebook page, it'll reach more and more children. And I'd like to say thanks very much. In the meanwhile, it's time for us to blow a kiss. Mwah. Did you get it? Good. You have a good sleep, because you have a busy day tomorrow. Yeah, I know you do. Springtime's coming, so pretty soon we'll be out in the sunshine and staying up even later. I love you guys so much. Thanks for coming back to see me, and I will see you tomorrow with another story. And I love ya. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.